Hey y'all, it's John Trent from Bounding Into Comics. How y'all doing today? Some new rumors are popping up regarding James Gunn's upcoming Suicide Squad film. This most recent rumor comes from an anonymous source from the Weekly Planet YouTube channel, and they clarify they don't know how reliable the source is, and it's just an anonymous person who sent them some information. But their source tells them about a number of casting, well, not really casting, but like who the actors are going to be playing in James Gunn's Suicide Squad film. So let's lead off here. Idris Elba will be playing Vigilante, according to this source. So Vigilante shouldn't be a stranger to most comic book fans. The character has already had a live-action debut in the CW's Arrow, and was actually one of the first DC Comics characters to ever get a film adaptation. He even beat Superman by a year. And that was all the way back, that was a really long time ago. There have been multiple versions of the Vigilante throughout DC Comics. The most prominent ones are the original Vigilante in Greg Saunders, who made his first appearance in 1941, and Adrian Chase, who was created by Marv Wolfman and George Perez, and first appeared in New Teen Titans number 23. So the Saunders version of the character has actually been voiced by fellow Suicide Squad cast member Nathan Fillion and former Lex Luthor actor Michael Rosenbaum in the Justice League Unlimited animated series. You might remember him as the cowboy-themed hero. In the comics, he actually returns to his hometown in Wyoming, seeking vengeance after his father was murdered. It's more than likely Elba will not be playing this version of the character, although it could have some comedic moments to it if you have a time-displaced vigilante who's wondering why he can't get back home. There could be some good comedic moments. But I don't think that's probably the vigilante we're going to get. We're probably going to get the Adrian Chase vigilante if this rumor is even true to begin with. So Adrian Chase was actually played by Josh Segarra in, I'm probably saying his name wrong, in Arrow. However, in the Arrowverse, Chase was an alternate identity, and he really is Prometheus. He's not actually the vigilante character that is seen in Arrow. The Adrian Chase version of the character is more likely the one we'll see in Suicide Squad, even if the rumor is true, like I said. So Adrian Chase was a former DA in New York, but he turned to vigilantism after his wife and children were murdered by the mob. He would eventually abandon the role, but two of his friends would assume it. One of them, bailiff Dave Winston, would be killed at the hands of Peacemaker. Chase would become vigilante again to seek vengeance against Peacemaker. As he continued his role as vigilante, he would become increasingly more paranoid as well as more violent. He would eventually begin murdering innocent police officers. So this is the reason why I think it would more likely be Adrian Chase, because the rumor also points out that John Cena will be playing Peacemaker. So this part of the rumor isn't really new. Peacemaker has kind of been rumored for a while surrounding Suicide Squad. Dave Bautista's name was actually thrown around in the very beginning, and most speculation now indicates that Peacemaker will be played by John Cena. So Peacemaker was actually originally a Charlton Comics character who was primarily the antagonist for the Jaime Reyes version of Blue Beetle, the new version of Blue Beetle. So Peacemaker was originally a pacifist, but he's warped that ideology that he will do anything to obtain peace, even kill for it. It could be an interesting dynamic to see both Peacemaker and Vigilante on the same team, two men who have succumbed to extreme violence to achieve their ends. It's more than likely one of them wouldn't be making it out alive, given the fact that they are so closely related into how their characters kind of work. But the fact that they hate each other, or maybe not hate might be too strong of a word. The fact that they, Vigilante definitely would want to seek vengeance if they go with the plot from the comics, that is. So you could see two of them butting heads, but I would definitely see maybe one of them not making it out alive, or even both. That's completely possible. So the rumor also adds that Michael Rooker will be playing Savant. Savant is primarily a Birds of Prey antagonist / supporting character. So Savant, also known as Brian Derlin, was actually a spoiled heir who decided he wanted to become a vigilante hero in Gotham. However, he would eventually turn to blackmail and acquire an extensive database of knowledge on the worst Gotham has to offer. He eventually kind of becomes like a double agent, where he's working for the Birds of Prey, and then he's also working for Calculator. He doesn't really have any connection with Suicide Squad, but it's possible he could easily fit in there, given the fact that he has an extreme knowledge of the Gotham's bad guys, and could be kind of like an inside man for Amanda Waller in a possible like double cross scenario within the Suicide Squad. So Savant was created by Gail Simone and Ed Benes in Birds of Prey number 56 in 2003. So the rumor also talks about Nathan Fillion's character. He is rumored to play Arm Fall Off Boy, aka Floyd Belkin. Yes, Arm Fall Off Boy is a real character. He's a DC Comics superhero from the 30th century. He's a member of the Legion of Superheroes and has the ability to detach his limbs and use them as weapons to beat down his opponents. He first appeared in Secret Origins Volume 2, number 46. So that's definitely a character that might not make it out of Suicide Squad. Another character who might not make it out of Suicide Squad is Flula Borg's rumored Javelin. So Javelin is a former German Olympic athlete. He gets his name from the types of weapons he uses. He uses a number of Javelin-type weapons. He actually first appeared in Green Lantern number 173 and was created by Denny O'Neil, Mike Sekowsky, and Dick Giordano. Borg and Javelin will more than likely not make it out of the film alive. Javelin typically ends up dying on missions he undertakes with the Suicide Squad. One notable mission even involved him teaming up with Mirror Master, Plastique, Punch, and Julie in order to frame Amanda Waller. I definitely wouldn't be surprised if we see some kind of double cross with Amanda Waller and some of the members of the Suicide Squad, and Javelin might be one of those who tries to double cross Amanda Waller. It most likely isn't going to work out. It doesn't usually. So the source continued with with information around Pete Davidson, saying that he would be playing Blackguard. So Blackguard is an extremely minor character who clashed with Booster Gold. He's a member of the 1000 who would eventually reform his ways after he was saved by Thorn. He would team up with Guy Gardner before being killed while on mission with the Suicide Squad. Extremely minor character. Don't expect him to make it out alive either. So I'm definitely going to butcher this next name. Mailing Ning is rumored to play Mangal with an A, not Mongol with a U. Mongol with an A is the daughter of the tyrant Mongol with a U. She was created by Peter Tomasi and Scott Eaton and first appeared in Showcase 95, number 8. She doesn't have any real affiliation with the Suicide Squad and primarily clashes with Superman and attempts to conquer any planet she wanted to, much like her father. She would actually be killed by her brother in the comics. So this character is actually interesting. There have been rumors that the Suicide Squad film will involve the squad discovering some kind of alien monster locked away in a heavily guarded fortress. Early speculation indicated that this could be King Shark or even Miss Martian. However, it could be Mangal. It fits the description. Finally, the rumor concludes with Sean Gunn playing Weasel. John Monroe is Weasel in DC Comics. The character was created by Jerry Conway and Raphael Kayanan and first appeared in Firestorm number 38. He was a former colleague of Martin Stein, who would eventually turn against his former colleagues out of jealousy, including Stein. He would put on the costume of the Weasel, and he murdered a bunch of his colleagues, and then when he attempted to murder Stein, Stein transformed into Firestorm and easily defeated him. After being defeated, he would be imprisoned in Bel Rev and recruited into the Suicide Squad. He would eventually be killed by Rick Flag during a mission with the squad in kind of like a mind control gone wrong type mission. So Rick Flag his mind is manipulated and he kills Weasel during that. It'd be pretty funny if they adapted that straight to screen. I think some of these castings make sense. Sean Gunn as Weasel seems about right. Ming as Mangal is definitely believable given the rumors that we've heard previously about this alien in this secured prison. However, I'm not sold on Rooker as Savant or Elba as Vigilante. Vigilante is much too similar to Peacemaker. Although I said it makes one of them easily become cannon fodder, but if you got Elba and Cena, I don't really see either of them being the cannon fodder type. I don't know, Vigilante we just seen. I think there's such a huge opportunity to go with some other characters that DC Comics has at their in their staple. I think one of them, I mean, you could do Bronze Tiger. I know there's been some speculation that Elba would be playing Bronze Tiger. That could easily be one that they could go with that's been part of the Suicide Squad and has been a member of the Suicide Squad for a while. That's something I would mind seeing. I like Bronze Tiger. He's pretty cool. I love how he interacts with Batman. He's one of the few DC Comics characters that can go toe to toe with Batman and beat him. And then as far as Rooker as Savant, I don't know. I see Savant more as like a smooth, slick guy, and I don't really see Rooker as that. He's always kind of, to me, he's always kind of been a little bit on the rough side of the characters that he plays, whether it's Rowdy Gaines from one of my favorite movies, Days of Thunder, or even as probably his more prominent role that we know him from now in Guardians of the Galaxy. So he usually plays a rough and tumble type character. And Savant is kind of more of like a slick, underhanded type character. So it would be a little bit different for him to do that. So I don't know if that's where they're going to go, but it could be interesting. I want to know what you make of this rumor. Do you believe it? Are there certain ones that you think are more likely than others? Who would you want to see these actors play in Gunn's Suicide Squad? I'm sure we'll be finding out sooner rather than later. Let me know in the comments below. My name is John Trent, and you've been watching Bounding into Comics. I'll see you next time.